What's going on, guys? This is Kevin with Arnold Prince, the channel that helps your business grow. So we've been gone for a little bit and we want to basically touch base with you guys. So it became a little bit popular, a little bit trending on the laser engraving and laser cutters, and we want to talk about them a little bit more. The reason why is we've made over 40,000 masks in about a month and a half at the beginning of the coronavirus or Chinese virus start. So what happened is we actually were at the beginning of the trend. As you know, now everybody's making face masks. They're customizing them and whatnot. So what we did is we were making them originally for our friends, okay? So our friends are in a healthcare setting. I've been a nurse for about 12 years now, and our friend said, hey, the PPE is like in a huge shortage. So what do? I said, you know what? The first thing is to cover the mask to help protect the mask underneath. So what we did is we actually came up with a prototype that was very similar to like the Bella canvas, and it's actually a cloth mask that we cut with the lasers. So it has basically a nose piece that can be tucked, hooked around the ears, universal, but the main thing is it goes over the mask to help protect it. So if somebody coughed on you in the healthcare setting or you wore it one day, it would cover the mask behind it, give you more use out of it. So our healthcare friends were telling us that they're reusing masks for about 3 to 5 days. So ultimately, if you got it coughed on or exposed, that mask is gone, and management may give you a problem trying to get a new one. So if you have a piece of cloth, basically a 95-5, so 95% cotton, 5% spandex, and it covers your mask, guess what? It gets dirty, throw it away. So basic face covering that you could cover your mask in 95, regular surgical mask, and then also if you're out in public, you could just wear it normally. So we made it so it had a couple different ear loops. The ear loops actually are adjustable, so if you have a larger head, use the outside ear loops, smaller head, inside ear loops, or you do a combination of both. So what was interesting about this is we had a lot of friends that were actually telling us, hey, we need these, can you do it, can you get us in 95s, blah, blah, blah. And I said, you know what, let's do it. So we prototyped about, I think it was 18 masks that were similar, like I said, to the Bella canvas style, face covering, not a face mask. And what we did is we improvised where it would actually grab your jawline and create a tighter seal. So if you had a mask on, tighter seal on your mask, contour around the nose, and that's how we made these. So the interesting thing was, I literally posted these 2 days, guys. 2 days online, no SEO work, just said, hey guys, if you want one, here it is. Low price, I think it was $3 or $5 at the time, including shipping, which is like I said, we're basically almost at cost or just a little bit above, just trying to help our fellow healthcare people out. And we got a phone call one day. I never forget this. This was crazy. I get this phone call and I answer the phone. I say, Arnold Prince, this is Kevin speaking. And the person says, oh, do you make face masks? And I said this, I go, as of 2 days ago, we do. And they said, great. They said, well, how do you make them and what's it made of? And I said, well, our previous version was just extra t-shirts that we had at the shop. We would basically cut them with a laser cutter and ship them out. Very quick, simple process. Since then, I said we've improved our process to where we use a heavier weight, 10-ounce material at the time, and then we increased to 12 and 14. And I said it's a 95% cotton, 5% spandex, can be easily laundered, and we can cut them very quickly. So if you guys saw my old videos, Big Blue, that little 50-watt China machine, actually was cutting these 10 hours a day. We were cutting one mask basically in layers, so we had like 5 layers. We were cutting 5 layers at a time. So we had 5 masks every let's say 20 minutes or so. And then we increased it to 10 layers, really focused the power in, and we're cutting 10 masks at a time. Then we got smart, rejigged it, and we actually were cutting like 20 at a time. We had 2 cutting at the same time. But getting back to that phone call, the lady said to me, she goes, how do you do it? What are they made of? We told her, she said, that's exactly what we're looking for. We can't find face mask anywhere, and you have what it sounds like we want. I said, okay, how many are you looking for? Originally, she said, oh, I need a quote for 3,000 masks. No problem, that's easy. We can make those in just a few days' time. So I started getting her information. She gives me an email address, and then she goes, you know what, that one's probably too difficult. Why don't I give you another one? It's my government email address. I'm on the phone like, government? I'm a small shop. I don't think I'm a huge shop. I'm in the middle of like a little rural area, and this lady's asking me about government stuff. And I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like, literally put this on 2 days ago. No advertising, no social media. And I got the government calling me. So I go, okay, I hear her out, play it off, So I gave her a price for those 3,000. She's giving me her information. Then she says the government thing. So I go, all right, we're on to something here. And she goes, I have a meeting in 30 minutes. Can you give me a quote? Send me pictures, show me it on, give me wash instructions. So I do it real quick, putting this stuff in. Meanwhile, my wife's like trying to stop me. She's like, hey, come take a photo of me and the baby and this and that. And I'm like, I got 30 minutes to basically sell my ass off here. I'm like, the baby can wait 2 minutes. Let's get this done, and then we can party. So I get her information. I look her up online because I'm thinking this is totally a scam, a joke, whatever. Government's calling me 2 days after. And sure as heck, man, she's legit. She's like the chief purchasing officer for the United States Air Force. She said the Department of Defense needs your product as fast as possible because the government mandate says they cannot go outside and perform duties without a face covering basically by next week. So she says our base needs it, other bases need it. She's like, basically the Department of Defense, DOD, needs this. So I give her the quote. She goes in a meeting, calls me back in like an hour, says, hey, look, CO, chief operating officer, whatever it is, basically needs X amount of masks. Can you do it? And I say, that's a lot of masks. They ordered a lot of masks. I said, no problem. But I said, in order to do this, I need the government and the military to stand behind me. And she goes, 100%. What do you have in mind? So I'm very business minded, marketing. I said, you know what? I'm going to call companies up and tell them that I work for the government, which I do. At that time I did. So I gave them a CO officer, commanding officer, whatnot. And I said, look, guys, I need to make masks for the military. I'm a contractor for the military. We need these ASAP to basically support our troops and so that they can be out and do what they need to do to protect our freedoms. So not only did I have the phone numbers of the major suppliers in the US, I had the owner's phone number. I would literally call the owners up and I would say, look, this is Kevin Arnold, blah, blah, blah. I need this. This quantity, how much is it? When can I get it? These people were shipping, no joke, guys. They were shipping out orders that were a month behind, okay? The government needs them now. So what happens? I call a company, if they're shipping a month's worth of stuff and they don't ship mine, they come there and they come take it. So the owner says, no problem. What do you need, Mr. Arnold? We'll get it to you. And literally, they would ship it next day. If there was fabric ahead of mine, they would cancel their order. I would basically take their fabric and fill the government order. Like, no joke. That's how it worked. So same thing too. I was like, I need another laser cutter. Like, this is not going to work. We're on this early rise of a bell curve and we need to produce fast. How can we do this? So I bought another laser machine. It was like a 20 by 26 bed, decent size, medium size to me, 80 watt, which turned out to be garbage. We actually returned it to them. And then we bought a 35 by 55 is what we currently have. And that was a production monster. We put out about 200 units in 23 minutes. We were cranking. My family was furloughed. I said, you know what? Hey, I got this thing going on. I'm selling, I was on the phone marketing, calling screen print shops that were about to go out of business because they sold these Bella Canvas things and they couldn't get them. And I filled their orders to keep their doors open so they didn't have to refund. I said, how many do you need? They said, Kevin, we sold 1,000. I got to do 1,000 just to keep my doors open to fill these orders already pre-sold. No problem. Boom. Hey, girls, we need 1,000. Boom. They're making 1,000 or out the door. Another screen print shop. Hey, how many do you need? This is what we got. Hot product. DOD's using it. Blah, blah, blah. Higher quality than the Bella Canvas garbage. Let's roll. Same thing. 3,000. Hey, we got 3,000 sold. Great. We just made 3,000. Now they're out the door. I mean, it was an explosive environment, and that's why I haven't been on YouTube, guys. We literally made 40,000 masks in 1.5 months. Hired 2 of my family members that worked here basically 10, 12 hours a day. I was on the phone also working, cutting and stuff like that too, streamlining this process. And I knew what was going to happen. We were at an early stage where there was only about 3 people in the United States that were laser cutting at that time. Myself, Bella Canvas, and one other friend that's in Okeechobee. We were basically the only 3 in the United States that have figured this out, how to do it. It actually, what was cool is it sealed the edges of these masks where Bella Canvas was unraveling because they were basically using like a knife process. So we actually fixed the product that had issues, and then we used a higher quality material by using this 95.5, 10 or 12 ounce material that was basically like a double ply mask. So it wasn't just a t-shirt, it was actually thick and gave protection. So that is the beauty of what you can do with these laser machines, and that's why we were gone. We were gone, basically we've been making money, and since then we've bought 2 more CO2 machines, a medium-sized one, a big one. We got rid of the medium-sized one, and I also bought a laser that's a fiber laser to do metal. So we got some more videos coming up for you, and we're super glad to show you this. And that's our story of where we've been and what the hell's been going on. So, you know, Corona was crazy. I thought our business was going to take a huge dip, and then we just skyrocketed. I mean, right now we're just getting ready to enter Q4 here, and we've actually sold more than our last year ending year. So, you know, some businesses that were huge businesses lost their butts, and the smaller businesses that learned how to pivot quickly and how to see where the market's going adapted very fast and actually made it out of it. So we're no longer really selling masks at all. I do have a file that I will post up a link on Etsy that you can purchase if you're interested in, you know, our original cut file, and you know, use it for whatever you need. I mean, we had it pretty much dialed in. Like I said, it contoured to the face better than any mask we've tried, or face covering, and the Department of Defense used this thing. So we appreciate all the support, guys. Everybody's been hanging out. You've been doing great. And again, this is Kevin with Arnold Prints. Have a great day, print away, and let's get on to some more laser content. Peace, guys.